Hey everybody, Butch Hartman here. I've got Jace Diehl. What's up, Jace? This is Speech Bubble, and Jovenshire's here, and Harrison Ford does not like him.
You know, it is a fact of life now. I've come to terms with it. Han Solo, if you're listening, please love me. Please.
Roll the theme music.
Great.
Yeah, married someone else.
Someone else that was not Emma Watson.
Oh, okay.
But because of that interview, it then led to an awkward Star Wars interview. It led to...
Wait, hold, tap the brakes. What was that? What is awkward Star Wars interview?
Well, I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Big Star Wars fan. Favorite movie? Favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh, let's get a whole topic on itself.
All right.
So I'll tell you right now, and we can because I'm gonna have to explain myself. My favorite Star Wars movie of all time.
Drum roll is
Solo, a Star Wars movie.
No way.
Solo's
your favorite Star Wars movie.
I have the biggest unpopular opinion you can find on the internet.
Wow.
I love Solo, a Star Wars movie.
Love that answer.
We can get into more of that later, but being a big Star Wars fan, they sent me to do the junket for Star Wars Episode 7, Force Awakens.
Yep.
And, you know, a lot of the cast was new.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I was next to like Mark Hamill and like, oh, you do the Joker voice.
Mark Hamill. He was on Danny Phantom, by the way.
He was?
Just make sure you understand.
He was?
I want you to understand that I've actually been in the same room with Mark
Like
Hamill.
he respects you.
I'd love Mark Hamill to come on this podcast, by the way.
I know, he's not busy.
No.
So interviewing
like who'd you interview? Like Daisy Ridley, right?
Daisy Ridley was so super nice.
Sure.
She asked me to do a Yoda voice for her, and I'm like, okay.
Little John Boyega.
John Boyega was fantastic.
Yep.
He's just like, he's classy.
Yeah,
I
cool.
can't wait to see him in his career. He's going to go great places. But Oscar Isaac is one of my current favorite actors.
Yeah. I like Oscar Isaac a lot.
He's just great.
Poe Dameron's my favorite.
He's got two first names.
Yeah.
It means you can trust him. But like,
who's your favorite Poe? Poe Dameron or Poe from Teletubbies? That's my question.
That's hard.
That's a big Poe question.
I'm trying to think if there's another, but there's got to be.
No, there's Poe. There's Kung Fu Panda.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Which Poe?
That one.
Like Kung Fu Panda.
But Poe Dameron's a badass character.
He's
I love
awesome.
Poe Dameron. He's funny. He makes
many
jokes.
famous Poes.
So you had a lot of great interviews. It sounds like, right?
And then at the end of that Star Wars interview was Harrison Ford.
Whoa.
And of course, I was like, it's Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. By the way, when you interview Harrison Ford, you have to remember that he's freaking Harrison Ford.
Yes!
Yeah, exactly correct?
He doesn't have time for me. He doesn't need to talk to me.
No, he doesn't.
I need to talk to him.
Exactly.
And he knows it. And I'm just giving him gold, question after question, and I'm not getting anything. It was more like being on a first date.
So Harrison Ford hated you? He hated you.
Yes.
Oh, no. Does he still currently hate you?
Most likely. He doesn't text me or respond to any tweets, so that means he hates me.
Does he have your picture on a dartboard?
Most likely. No,
Okay.
that's funny. We joke that he probably does.
It's funny that I have your picture on a dartboard, which is
but you like me.
But no,
so imagine what he has.
But the dartboard was sold to me by Harrison Ford, which was the weirdest part.
A Harrison Ford garage sale.
He's making dartboard, exactly.
But like, I was giving gold. I was trying.
You were in there with question after question.
And like in my head, I was like, oh, maybe he hates me. Then I was like, no, he doesn't hate me. I watched the video afterwards. I'm like, oh, he hates me. And it's funny because a good friend of mine from Nerdist, who's the host there for movie stuff.
Yes.
He went in after me. So we passed each other in the hall. And it's like, how was he? And it's like, good luck. And then, like, months later, I watched his video, and Harrison Ford's all jolly and great with him. I was like, what?
What happened?
What? Come
Why
on.
do you hate me so much? By the way, that what's really good. Do the what again?
What?
There we go. Yeah,
you know, I mean, when I start to like break decibels.
okay.
We need a soundboard now whenever something crazy happens.
Just replay it.
What? But then the Logan one was pretty good with Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart. Like, I've loved.
So you met Hugh Jackman,
who's the nicest guy. Like literally of every actor, actress, any
better than Jace, nicer than Jace. Jace is very nice.
He was playing a video game while I was sitting there.
And you punched him in the shoulder.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
And it was warranted. I understand. Yeah, I'm a jerk.
But Hugh Jackman, just like when you walk into a junket, they're doing junkets all day, sometimes multiple days.
Can you explain how it works? Like, where are you when you do a junket?
We're in some random hotel in Hollywood. It's always a random hotel. They're in a room that has now been decked out with black drapes and movie posters. They stay in their seat and they rotate through new journalists or whoever every 7 minutes.
Probably for 5-6 hours, right?
If not longer.
Yeah.
And it used to be just an annoying thing for a celebrity to have to go through because it was just the same questions over and over. Now, because the internet exists and people need to like try to get views, everyone's got a stupid game or stupid questions that they want to make. And so it's just another thing after another thing. I walk into this room with Hugh Jackman. The man stands up and greets me to shake my hand. I'm like, I don't deserve this, but thank you.
Yes.
But just a class act. Really
I was
nice
standing
guy.
up when you walked in here. I was very nice to you.
You were
I was
very nice.
kind.
You weren't Hugh Jackman kind.
I know. I tried.
But you're still great.
He's a very tall, handsome person.
Tall.
Very tall, handsome person.
I think this is going to be the Tall, Handsome Person podcast. We got Chris Hemsworth.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we're bringing them all in.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But our interview was great. I do highly recommend it. I ask questions that he doesn't always answer, and it's fun. Patrick Stewart, I accidentally offended. Did you see the movie Logan?
I did see it. Here's my impression of Patrick Stewart in Logan. Ready? Logan. And here's your $20 million. Logan. And there you go.
That's funny,
And
right?
sitting down.
That's
Sitting down, too.
super. And he sat down the whole time. Yeah.
See, like, that was pretty spot on. One might laugh at that impression because there seems to be some humor in it. And when it comes to comedy, it is subjective, and some people find things funny that other
Spoken
people
like
don't.
a true person trying to defend himself. Well done, Jovenshire.
Let me tell you what I did. So in the movie, when you first see Professor X and he's like rolling around in his wheelchair, he's got dementia, he's losing it. But then he starts quoting the Taco Bell commercial. And when I saw the movie with an actual audience, with like people that are going to see the movie, and that line happens, and I'm the only one to laugh in the movie theater, that's when I realized, oh, it's not funny. But when I was interviewing Patrick Stewart,
You said to him,
I was like, first of all, I would like to commend you on your ability to take a very serious and dark moment, but be able to interject some comedy into it. And I'm not even going to try to do a Patrick Stewart impression because it's not going to work. But then he just very calmly and politely, as he did, tore me a new one. Where he said along the lines that dementia isn't something to take lightly. He was very glad to be able to show how difficult
he was
this is difficult.
he was being very tender about the subject.
Yes, and here I am saying, that was a funny Taco Bell line you said. Oh no, this is a serious thing. And then the rest of the conversation, and then literally that was my second question next to, so how was your day so far?
Right, nice.
So the rest of the interview, I'm like, okay, bounce back.
Did it go good?
The video turned out great.
That's
I
right.
don't expect
That's
him
all
to
that
be calling
matters.
me back.
All that matters
The
is what
video
ended
was
up
good.
on screen.
Yeah.
The real stuff doesn't matter.
So yes, on Smosh, we've done a lot of gaming stuff, but I've always considered myself more geek culture, all things gaming, movies, video games, and
So like, just when you get to Patrick Stewart, just talk about like Star Trek. That's all I want to talk
that's
about.
all I want to talk about.
He's like Jean-Luc Picard. Just talk about that.
he's coming back for it and everything.
Speech bubble.